I was very critical
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
the small details these wheels have, and if I would really feel a difference.
Yeah.
But I'm so surprised that immediately, like back-to-back testing them, you feel an immediate difference and a positive effect on your riding. And this is, I think this is game-changing.
We've really looked at what we believe the problem is in wheels today, and we've established that as the rims have got wider, the profiles have had to get deeper. We're figuring out now that the wheels are becoming particularly stiff.
Yes. Nowadays, bikes, they are made of carbon fiber. They are very stiff.
Yeah.
And which is great for pedaling and efficiency and really get the bike doing what it has to do. But as soon as you add like super stiff wheels, it becomes a very, very harsh ride. So
Yeah.
I've done some testing with some expensive carbon wheels, and the bike was popping all over the place. So it costs you a lot more energy to hold the line.
Absolutely.
So, and you have to ride with lower tire pressure, which is then a bit scary as soon as you go into high rough speeds, because you risk a pinch flat, or even worse, you risk that you destroy your wheel set.
Absolutely. Tire pressure is becoming quite a discussion nowadays, and as the rims have got wider, the tires are getting wider.
Yeah.
There's boost and plus,
Yes.
and all of these unfortunate new standards that we're bringing on ourselves. And one thing that we're seeing great communication on is tire pressure, specifically with the DH teams that we're working with, Commercial in particular. We started testing 29-inch rims last season. They've been racing them this season, and what we've been establishing is that people have been riding lower tire pressure. I think because they're trying to get a slightly more forward position on their bike, get the center of gravity as low as they can. But as you've pointed out, the negative of that is potential pinch flatting.
Exactly.
And people are losing DH races because of pinch flatting.
Yeah.
If they're running at super low tire pressures, they're putting in a core which weighs around 500 grams for a pair to prevent the bottoming out. And
especially on 29er wheels, you want your rotating mass as low as possible for acceleration. So adding more stuff into it just doesn't make sense, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've been looking very carefully at what we believe are the challenges now facing the riders as the bikes are getting quicker, as the riders are getting quicker.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot's changed in the wheel business other than carbon fiber. So we've sent you this new set of wheels, 2 pairs of wheels.
Yes.
The SPANK 350 Vibrocores and the Uzi 350s. And you've been riding them back to back now for a couple of weeks. And what have you experienced first off the bat?
Well, Gavin, you didn't really tell me anything, like any details of what's coming up for me. So I've been quite curious if I feel the differences between these two specific wheels you sent me. So I went on some runs back home in Europe, and put them straight away on some rough DH tracks. I felt on the Uzis immediately a significant difference in kind of comfort, but not in a way that it would get you like a softer ride, but more of it allowed me to go faster into rough sections and really hold the line better. So it didn't pop me out of line in the rough sections. I think, like, seriously, this makes a big difference, especially here. I'm here on my trail bike for the first time. I've been riding the DH rigs only before.
Yeah, you're riding a 29-inch trail bike.
And I ride a 29-inch trail bike with 160mm of travel, and I was surprised how confident I ride here. I ride here with a lot more confidence. I feel a lot faster on most of the tracks.
Great.
I was really surprised that such a little difference in design makes it really a difference on the ride. Yeah. So I'm curious what you basically did. And
what we've done, Rob, is we've firstly made a very, very low profile cross section. So it's a 17mm deep and a 35mm wide. And what that's effectively doing, and I think what's coming through your bike now, is that the rim ends up actually being able to flex in a radial circumference, and it still maintains a high level of lateral stiffness. Yeah. We've learned a lot with the Vibrocore technology on how it dampens and reduces arm pump. I mean, we've established now through the medical fraternity that there's a negative frequency range. You know, we've developed the Vibrocore now to isolate that range and
Yeah.
to dull it out, to dull out the white noise and take the so-called buzz out of the bars. And we've also discovered through this process that it's actually strengthened the bars, and the fatigue life has gone up tremendously. And then the natural next progression was obviously to put the Vibrocore into the wheel sets. So on the SPANK 350 Vibrocores, you know, that we inject the Vibrocore into the rim. It cures and expands, and puts an expansive load on the profile, and basically strengthens the wheel. Very much like Coke in a Coke tin, the fact that you can stand on it.
Yes.
You take the Coke out, and
true. That's
tin.
right. Yeah.
So that's sort of the rough idea about it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something interesting. You used the word solid and
Exactly.
and comfortable.
Yeah. It like compared the Uzi to the spikes. The spikes feel, especially in harsh conditions like this and higher speeds, they feel more solid. It gives you a more solid and a quieter ride. Even like noise is reduced as well.
Yeah.
So it does make a difference. And really, when you go through these super gnarly trails here, and where you go like these very steep sections over rocks, and right now it's super dry and very slippery. So you need to be sure that your bike holds the line you're pointing at, and then you get like into these shooters and then into sharp corners, and like it feels stiffer, but at the same time it allows you to go through all these gnarly sections without losing the line.
Absolutely.
And so it is.
And I think that's really the radial compliancy coming into effect now, because you've got more ability to maintain your momentum.
Yeah, it is. Like also when you ride these here the jump lines, dirt merchant and A-line, you go into with a lot of speed into these tight corners, and you try to push out from, like, jump out of one corner into the other, and like to have that momentum. So you don't want weak wheels, but you want wheels that really hold the line and gives you that strength you need to pop out.
That pop, yeah.
And as I said, I'm very surprised how it works. And I mean, I did, even on the Uzis, I did the whip-offs here.
Fantastic, yeah, that's true.
I was the only one. I was the only one on a trail bike, anyhow.
Exactly.
And on a 29er trail bike, doing the whip-off worlds here.
On a trail set of wheels.
Yeah, on a trail set of wheels. So it, fuck yeah, it works.
Awesome, Rob. Well, let's bomb it down to the bottom.
Yeah, let's shred.
And see how those do.
Cool.
Excellent.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.